Okay, here is first 1444's test setup for 2012 target tracking using the Microsoft Kinect. We have a 2012 target set up over here. It has the retroreflective material around the center and also clear plexiglass all around. You will notice it has a piece of paper in the center. This is simply for testing, and it makes the math a little bit easier when determining depth and angles. It can do the tracking without the piece of paper in there, and I'll have a video of that shortly. We also have the Microsoft Kinect set up over here on this chair. This is so I can move it back and forth to simulate the robot moving. Basically the way this works is the Kinect is set up to find the retroreflective material in the video feed, and from that it will determine the center of the target and then the depth to the target. And then knowing the height of the target and the height of the Kinect, it'll determine the angle that it needs to be at to keep the center of the target in the center of the video frame at all times, and it'll make those adjustments in real time. So I'm going to do two tests, one without the target tracking enabled and one with the target tracking enabled, just so you can see the difference. Okay, our first test will be with target tracking disabled. As you can see, this is all happening in real time. There's no trickery involved. You can also see that it's very quick, very responsive. It can track very quickly. I'm going to move the chair back and forth, and you'll notice that it will continue to see the target, but it won't make any attempt to keep the target centered in the video frame. So the target is outlined in green, the center of the target is the blue dot, the center of the video frame is the red line, and it's not making any attempt to keep the blue dot lined up with the red line. Okay, our next test will be with target tracking enabled. You can see that it's still very responsive. There's still no trickery going on. It's all real time. And as I move the robot, or this chair, back and forth, it'll keep the blue dot centered on the red line, which is the center of the target, centered in the video frame. And again, it's very quick, very responsive, and all it's doing is figuring out the angle that it needs to be at to keep the target centered in the video frame and moving the Kinect to make that adjustment. Even tracking at an angle, it can do it. So that was the test of the first 1444 target tracking using the Microsoft Kinect. We still have a few things to work out. We have to work on tracking multiple targets, and then also this is written in Microsoft Windows using Visual Studio. We will be porting it to Linux shortly so that we can run it on an embedded system, and then we'll have to work on communicating with the robot.